When he first arrived, the rapper was furious, but Melly's new judge stated in court that he wanted him to go. He instantly grinned as the prospect of a bail release was brought up. "We kept him in our jail for 2,159 days, which astonished everyone, including Melly, and now he has to pick his lawyers."
No, let me repeat myself. Mr. Devins has to make an informed decision about who he wants his lawyers to be. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So, how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office, but I can, as I said, I'm just asking for, and then I'm asking for at least a day or two. At
You
minimum.
decide by tomorrow. I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
Bystanders on Sunday afternoon, January 26, Felicia Holmes was arrested while returning to the country. According to the judge, Melly will be released on bond unless the prosecution can provide an explanation by tomorrow as to why he shouldn't be released. Melman had maintained his innocence for over 2,100 days, which shocked the judge. But in the days that followed, the arrest of Maria Hamilton, Melly's ex-girlfriend and the daughter of the estate, would come to light. Bookings and detentions in Miami County at the first trial, a warrant had been issued for her, so she didn't expect to be released on bond. Since Hamilton has been avoiding capture since before the initial YNW Melly trial and is aware of the details of what happened to Zach Chaser and Judy, the FBI is highly concerned. There will probably be inquiries concerning Hamilton's location and the allegations of witness manipulation.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
Federal agents would investigate Mara's iCloud and discover suspicious activity linked to YNW while she was evading monitoring. Melly was accused of compelling her to not testify at the trial, a crime that carries a life term in jail, regardless of whether she pulled the bag or not. Chaser and Juvie
filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
The federal agents would then begin their investigation by interviewing many of Maria's acquaintances to determine whether she had disclosed the events involving Juvie and Zach Chaser to any of her closest friends. But Juvie's father didn't trust them, so he investigated it himself, contacting other fathers in the neighborhood and on the streets for information about his child's location. He could identify the secret words Melly used to get Maria to testify against him in court, and he knew everyone. The same code phrases were discovered in her iCloud by federal authorities.
Kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Seems like to me they're going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom.
This really addresses the crucial topic of why Melly is treated so harshly while inside, despite the fact that she would receive a life sentence if found guilty of witness tampering alone. Let me explain. In a statement, Melly's mother said that he has been prohibited from using a phone or even reading his own mail while incarcerated, which is against the law and a valid reason for Melly's release.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail. They don't.
YNW Melly has been barred from using jail phones in case he was using them to influence witnesses. They had hard evidence, so they wouldn't simply ban him from using the phones, even if he was only a suspect. She said in an interview that she felt sorry for her child and powerless since, despite demonstrating that Melly was witness tampering, he isn't even receiving humane care.
inside.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone.
According to Charleston White, this is the right way for YNW Melly to live while inside, and that he shouldn't receive preferential treatment. If you concur, view the video. This was extensively covered by the media.
The YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated when you done chose to play.
Later, we might even see body. What are your thoughts on Jamie King's experiences while her son was in prison?
She real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman.
Unfortunately, things got worse when YNW Melly's partner, YNW Borton, was also taken into custody. He wrote, "Here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YNW Band, where Borland details where certain jurors were sitting with the description of what they looked like on a sheet of paper that had the names of the jurors and details of Melly's initial trials."
YNW Bortland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with a witness.
According to academics, this is particularly awful because Moreland might have handed the piece of paper that exposed Melly's looks to some gang members, so they might wreak revenge if she had been sentenced to life in prison.
This is sloppy. Bortland, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. Like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
However, in order to increase YNW Melly's chances of being freed, his attorney cited evidence from the initial trial that Melly was hiding in a bush and texting his ex-girlfriend Maria when he escaped the alleged drive-by at the time of the crime.
He's saying that someone just shut the car up and was trying to shoot him. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah. He's like, yeah, there's some. I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
The idea that it was a drive-by was supported by the prosecution's admission at Melly's trial that no pistol was ever discovered. There was further evidence that YNW Melly was being pursued by a car carrying enemy street participants.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
Okay.
However, the prosecution kept looking into YNW Melly's offense because the retrial took nearly a year. Later, the new judge would learn that Melly and the late King Val, who were good friends, had vehemently disagreed with his lawyer's position. A dissident Gold Block member revealed a secret Melly had informed V of before his imprisonment and sought guidance from King Val while two of your closest friends were fighting for your money.
Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he's two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people can say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
As the name. In addition to being a legitimate street squad, YNW is a legally registered corporation. To make money, Melly and Borland would plan promotions, sell goods, and perform love. The money would then be transferred to the YNW corporate account, where Juvie, Melly, and Borland, the four YNW members of Sack Chaser, would each receive 25% of the money. However, Borland and Melly were unwilling to part with some of their funds for two individuals who are not working at all. Therefore, if you know King Von's history, you can probably guess what advice he would have offered Melly to deal with it. Melly sent a text message confessing to the crime mere hours after it occurred, something the prosecutors overlooked during the first trial. You can prove this by combining this motive evidence with the details on his phone.
PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly count says what?
After that, SHH.
However, just 6 hours after the crime was over, he would make a new music video using footage from someone's Facebook Live that showed him dancing in a parking lot in Portland. This provided more evidence of Melly's emotional response on his phone. If this person seems to be mourning the loss of his two closest friends, do leave a comment below.
Away.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.